Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about creativity and resistance. So if you want to learn more, stick around. Subscribe, like, do all that stuff. Alright, so resistance is the true enemy of creativity. Resistance is the true enemy of progress. It is the true enemy of success and being the best you possibly can. It's what separates the hometown heroes from the mama's boys in the basement. Resistance is whispering to you from your couch. It's phantom calling you on your phone. Resistance is lurking in every shadow and is holding every paintbrush stuck, every musical instrument quarantined, and every Word document deleted. But for real, this is a personal battle, but it's one of the hardest and most important that anyone can fully defeat and do. You know, if you do this one thing, if you never let resistance hold you back and you stay productive and you stay working. I'm not saying you have to work yourself to death. I'm just saying there's always something you could be doing that could be a lot more progressive than, you know, watching TV or just farting around. You know, there's things, especially once we know what we want to do with our lives, there's things we could always be doing. And I really like to always be finding the simplest, most, like the Michael Jordan practices I talked about before. It's like doing the basics every day. You know, if you have nothing else to do, Michael Jordan would always practice dribbling, passing, and rebounds, and he would do it every day. And you know, for art, I don't draw every day, but I should be drawing every day. That's the resistance winning in that battle. I do carve almost every day, but if I was really all about it and I was really, you know, when I get pretty wild on a project, I'll draw it multiple times and I'll keep it going. But it's just getting down to that very basic thing that you have to do for your business. So, you know, for art, it would be like drawing. For music, it would just be picking up the guitar, or it would just be playing it in your head. Really, there's so much power that you can actually have by just using your ability to visualize what you're self-practicing. It's incredible. If you're just also visualizing your next project and you can start to put it together in your mind. Einstein was famous for this. He was a theoretical physicist, and he would have lots of kids, and he would have all sorts of people over at his house. But when it was time for him to start doing his thing, he would just have them playing and hanging out around him, but he would just be thinking deeply about physics and about theories and about ideas, and he would just play these things over in his head. And he always said, his imagination was his greatest asset. So there's always something you can be doing. There's always some way that you could be overcoming resistance right now instead of just sitting and zoning out. And I'm not saying that it's not important to take breaks and things like that. I'm just saying that resistance, man, it's the devil. If you want to be a true creative person, you got to go out there, make things happen, shake some hands, talk to people. For digital marketing, man, you just got to do some calls, send some messages, blast some emails, be always on, the attack almost, but just more or less, just don't let yourself be getting sucked into the sand traps of life. Don't become a human body pillow. You got to be out there pumping some iron and taking some risks, pushing yourself so that resistance can never catch up to you. As long as you keep going, keep fighting, you keep the momentum up, there's nothing that's going to stop you. It's just as long as you keep it going, and I think everybody sometimes get overwhelmed with projects, but if you just start at the basics every day, you just get the browser tab you have to work on open, or you just get the tools that you have to work without, it's just, that's how you fight resistance. Resistance is that voice in your head that says, oh, you can do that later, oh, you can push that off, or you can have someone else do it, or you can maybe pay for something to have it done later. And then that's when your car falls apart, and that's when your instrument doesn't get picked up, that's when your paintbrush doesn't ever reach the paint, and that's when you never write that book you wanted to write. So resistance, it's the devil, it's a bitch, and you gotta win. You gotta be able to take a step back, you know, sometimes, and be like, I should be doing this right now. Instead I'm doing this, and be like, you know, I'm not gonna let resistance win today. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna eat that frog. I'm gonna get that project started. I'm gonna take this to the next level. And that's what the winners do, man. That's what the Olympians do. They have a routine, they do it every day, and they don't let resistance stop them. They have a plan, you know. They know what they're doing, they know where they want to be, and they know where they're going, and they know how to get there. And you may not know any of those things, but that's because you haven't taken the time. That's because resistance has beaten you down. You know, you haven't done the research yet. You haven't really taken the time to think about what you want most in life, you know. And instead you've let resistance say, oh, you can just watch the next movie, binge the next series, play the next video game. Actually, video games are alright, but not if you do them all the time. You know, if you're just not doing the most productive things that you can to push your life forward, you know, if you're always scrolling on Facebook, if you're always eating out instead of cooking your own food, staying healthy, you know, if you're never working out, if you're not going for walks or taking the time that it takes to think, and you're not meditating, and you're not focusing on what you really think is important for your life, then you're letting resistance win. So the best ways that I've found to defeat resistance is you got to start the day before, and you write down all the most important things that you can possibly do either today or tomorrow. But you preferably want to do it like around your lunch when you still have energy. You're like, okay, I'm kicking butt today, but what am I going to do tomorrow? And then you block it out and you plan it, and you just do. And if you can't do everything that you want to do, you just do the most basic thing, the most important thing at that time that you can do for your project, for your business, for your future. Whether it's delegate for someone else to get something done, or it's to at least plan out in detail how you're going to get it done when you can. So you start the day before, and then you just be resilient, and you be tenacious like a pit bull, and you burn the midnight oil to get things finished, and you see where you want to go, you know. I'm sure almost everyone in this who sees this has something more that they want. They want to help more families, they want more, you know, better food, they want better schools for their kids, they want a better paying job, they want, you know, a bigger house, or they want a newer car, whatever it is, you know. This stuff's not that important, but I'm saying that if you don't let resistance get in your way, anything can be yours. And it's all up to you. If you want to be the person that creates that next, you know, hit single, or makes the next masterpiece of art, it takes the fight against resistance. You have to take it to resistance. You can't let resistance sneak up and beat you. So that is my rant. I didn't let resistance stop me. But for real, keep it up. Whenever you get down or broken, just start with the basics. And whenever you're riding high with the creative muses, don't let it stop you. Just keep it going. Keep fighting. Don't let the world conform you to have you be something that you're not, especially when you finally find those states of flow and your personal power is coming up. That's probably what you should be doing more of, and that's what you should be fighting for. And I guess that's another thing with resistance is, you know, if there's something that your body and your soul is always telling you that you think you should be doing, but you never do it, you gotta try it. You gotta not let resistance win. You gotta take that step, you know, and see what's on the other side of that fence a little bit. Go down that rabbit hole and find if that's what your creative path is meant to be, you know. We think that all these feelings sometimes are just things that we can just bat off, but in reality, your body and your soul are never really going to point you in the total wrong direction, you know. There's always some sort of wisdom, you know, as long as it's for the good, not for bad. You know, that if you're doing the right thing and you feel the right way, it's good to just follow those instincts. You know, maybe start playing music, you know, maybe start going out, go talk to that person you see that you feel a connection to. Just don't let resistance win. All right, have a good day.